what is best for business.
What? Yes! Yes! What?
Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out! Watch out!
More.
What? Viva la raza!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome to episode 19 of Under the Ring, the podcast that will tell you what you want to know, need to know, and hope to know about the WWE. We'll give you news, theories, and predictions to Raws and pay-per-views past and present. For those of you who don't know, we're live every Tuesday on Mixler.com/UnderTheRing.
Are you yawning?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
What is that? What's going on here?
It's not me.
It's not my iPhone.
You're on.
Oh, it's my computer! And if you can't catch us live on Mixler.com/UnderTheRing, you can always find us on the YouTube. Right, the YouTube? I'm all over.
Where the hell is your head tonight?
What's
It's St.
St. Patrick's Day?
But he's not even drunk,
he's
ladies and gentlemen.
He just
He
woke
didn't
up.
even have the drinks yet.
He just woke up.
You can also follow us on the Facebook at Under the Ring Radio and the Twitter at Under the Ring 1. Wow, what a shitty fucking Raw last night was.
Wow, don't introduce us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm your host Gasper,
Oh, sorry, it's not you.
alongside Matt,
What's going on?
Dan,
What's
and
up?
I guess some other fuck.
Oh, yeah, screw you too.
Raw fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I haven't said that in
I like
a
that.
I'm Vinny, by the way. Yeah, it did suck.
I like that.
It was brutal. It's hard to watch.
Like, alright. How many Raws were we complaining about seeing Triple H and Stephanie open up, cut a 20-minute promo about absolutely nothing?
Yeah, but it's the same thing now.
But now
Seth
it's the same
Rollins
thing with
and
Seth
Randy
Rollins.
Orton.
Like, I just
Because
feel like...
the other guys aren't around to carry their stories, so that's the main story, even though it's like the fifth highest match on the card, maybe less.
Like, kick it off with, like, Cena with Rusev or something.
Yeah, but a contract sign,
it's
they
more
would
meat to
kick
that.
off Raw usually.
I guess, but 20 minutes of talking, no bueno.
No.
It's
not at all.
boring.
And it wasn't even entertaining.
I don't even remember what he said, because I was just that uninterested.
They
Something
came
that
out and they were talking about Randy Orton, and then Randy Orton came out and interrupted, and he was talking about stuff, and, you know, he wanted to have a match tonight, or whatever, or something. I don't know. Apparently he can make matches now, too. I don't know
No, he
what
said
else.
I'll only give you the WrestleMania match if you fight me tonight or whatever. And then Randy Orton's like, okay, yeah, I know everyone else is going to come out with you, blah, blah, blah.
I don't like how everyone apologized to Rollins like it was their fault that Orton turned. Like, come on. What are you
Well,
Yeah,
doing?
but
It's
we find out
stupid,
later
though.
that wasn't that part of the
It
plan.
was part of the entire...
I know, but I'm saying, just saying for
scheme.
like the beginning though, it was just nonsense.
It was a lot of time wasting.
I love
Yes,
Joey Mercury,
exactly.
though. I just love how he doesn't talk.
I'm gonna say
But we should
something.
not have time wasting when it's
That's
like
true.
Exactly.
this time of the year.
It's time for
2
it.
weeks before WrestleMania, you're pulling
And
it.
don't even get me started about next week having Snoop Dogg and Bill Simmons
Like-
as guests.
Well,
The Monday before
yeah,
WrestleMania.
there should be no time. Everyone should be there. Well, Lesnar and Sting are supposed to be there.
Lesnar will 100% be there, as we'll find out later on tonight in the show.
Yeah. We
Spoiler.
hope if he shows up.
Unless he doesn't get paid again and he storms out of the arena.
There you go. There it is.
So there is always that possibility.
I don't think that actually happened, but okay. AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella.
Give Divas a chance to start off the night.
See, at first I was like, wow, this is really sucking. And I'm like, okay. They gave it some more time, and it got better as it was going. The match at the end was pretty good.
Yeah.
Was
The
it
end
Rush?
was pretty good.
Was it Rush?
The beginning, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. That's why people shit on the Divas, because if you give them 5 minutes, it's like, ugh, because they're not going to impress you in 5 minutes like the talented guys can, you know what I mean? Like, they can't put on any really impressive moves, but, like, if they let the match go, it started to get pretty good.
Match was pretty sloppy, though.
In the beginning, so sloppy. But they had some, at the end, it was pretty good, some good things.
Like when Brie threw Paige into the
But it's
steel post.
it's just like, it's not, there's no, like, story going on now. It's just like,
Yeah, not at all. That's
Excuse
why
your
I
chair.
wanted a Fatal 4-Way match for the title.
Well,
it's now and then they're just going to trade people facing who on each show.
It's an ass. The Miz versus Ryback.
This, I really hated.
Yeah.
I'm just so sick of it. It's the same shit
Oh my
every
God.
week.
Squash match for Ryback. You know, Mizdow taking shit. Blah blah blah.
Well, they announced Ryback was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, but then when they come out later, he wasn't even there. So it's like, what?
A lot of people who
There's 30 men in
were
it.
No, well, I don't think there's 30 men.
I think there's a lot of people in it.
I don't think
There was
30. I thought they were doing 20.
The people
this year
who
less.
had matches throughout the night weren't in that
Yeah.
Andre the Mora Battle Royal crap.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
the Big Show wasn't in there, Rowan wasn't in there, Ryback wasn't in there. You had all the jobbers in Kane.
I understand maybe if you lost or something, you got
And
your
Mark
ass
Henry.
beat, but like, I don't know, it was just weird
Mark,
that Ryback would be like, you would think maybe one of the favorites, and he wasn't out there for that segment, so I guess he isn't one of the favorites.
No, I get it because look at who else was in there. I mean, none of those guys that were standing there are really the favorites besides maybe Mark Henry.
Well, who
and
else
Kane.
is going to be in the match?
But I'm saying, like, what my point is, I mean, look who was in there. You had Titus O'Neil. You think he's going to win the thing? No, come on.
No, but I'm just saying that, who else are they going to have in it? Who wasn't out there?
That's what I said last week.
Mizdow wasn't in there.
Rowan wasn't out there. Big Show wasn't out there.
Okay, well, really, Mizdow, Ryback are the only guys that
That's five
weren't
people
out
right
there
there.
that could have a chance of anything.
That's true. Don't forget that Big Booty Rowan.
But back to the match, it was just garbage, Ryback mess. But, yeah. And Mizdow thing is dead.
Yeah.
It's so dead.
I thought I wanted him to hit him. I thought he was gonna hit him.
They should have just had the match at WrestleMania, like made him break up like a month earlier and have a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was too long though. Then they should have started it later, or just the way they planned it out. It dragged on too long. They had to have the conflict before WrestleMania. Because
That's what I'm saying.
already
No.
we're sick of
What
it
I'm
before
saying,
they even did anything.
what I was saying, like,
You turned on a month ago. You're saying.
yeah, like at Fastlane or even a little
That
bit
was even
beforehand.
later. Like
But
the
at least then you
Rumble,
can put it
by
in.
the Rumble, I was a little sick of it, and I was like, "Get this going."
Yeah, but at least at Fastlane you could have broke them up and had a little feud going.
They don't have enough room at Mania. I felt like if they broke them up at the Rumble, they could have a nice match at the next period Fastlane.
Yeah,
and then
Well, that's why they thrown them both into the, Battle Royal. But
It's
I
just
don't know,
one
there's nothing you could do with them. Like you said, they're not gonna give them a match, so you gotta put them together in the Royal. So
and then make it official after WrestleMania that they break up. And
they'll probably fight at Extreme Rules.
which will be, I think that'll be a
Gimmick
good match.
something like that.
Yeah.
And what do you think? We're going to see Sheamus next week, or
No,
I think he's
WrestleMania.
gonna come back at WrestleMania.
or the day after Mania?
I'm still sticking with he comes out the day after WrestleMania.
That's usually a big
I
return
really-
night for guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Tough.
it takes less
Tough.
it takes less attention off the WrestleMania.
I thought we could have
when Big
saw him
Name
last
comes
night. I thought.
But
We could have saw him months ago.
Well, no, I'm saying I thought
During that Andre
all those
the
idiots
Giant
in the
War,
ring,
yeah.
and then he just comes out and mows
But
the
you
last
really
few
think
guys
that
out.
they running these Sheamus return promos just to have him come back the night after WrestleMania? Like they would have started running them now. I'd say they wouldn't have started running this about 2-3 weeks ago. Like they
It
want.
hasn't been
Usually
2-3
run
weeks
the
ago.
promos
It's
for
been
a
about
while.
a month
All right,
and
so
a
then
half.
they wouldn't have been running these promos for over a month now just to have him return the night after WrestleMania. That's
Yep.
stupid.
But then the night after WrestleMania is typically like a big return night for a guy.
No, it is absolutely. I
on
agree with you,
vacation.
but I just think that it's he would fit perfectly into the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. He has a good shot at winning. I don't see why he wouldn't win it. Have a good shot
I
at it.
wouldn't,
And
I
it's
wouldn't
just-
put him in the ladder match because it seems like he gets hurt.
No,
every
he
time
wouldn't
he's
be in the
ladder
ladder
match.
match. A lot of matches set and it's in concrete
Hurt his
already.
shoulder with the
They
ladder.
wouldn't. No, he's gonna be in the Battle Royal. He might actually be my pick to win.
Well, that's a tough.
I mean, because a big favorite would be Mizdow, but that's just for crowd pop. But I mean, I don't know. I think Sheamus would be a better candidate to win, but we'll
I
discuss it next
remember
week.
reading someone posted on Reddit the other day someone last year before WrestleMania was like, "Oh, Cesaro's gonna win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal," and the comment underneath it was like, "Holy shit, he won! Now he's in line for a big push."
Well, where is he now?
Yeah, but Sheamus is totally
He's
different.
clapping with Tyson Kidd.
Yeah, but
Sheamus.
that went along with that. No, but Sheamus, I think it's just a different breed than
WWE
Cesaro.
loves Sheamus. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. Cesaro,
I like him. I just
Sheamus
don't like
wouldn't
him
get
being
buried.
a joke the whole time.
Sheamus wouldn't get buried like
Kitty
Cesaro did.
character.
I kind of wish he would go back to that.
He doesn't
heel
have a
that he came out
style
with.
in the ring that caters to that character. Like he has such a brutal, Celtic warrior kind of style in the ring, just so aggressive.
He loves to fight, fella.
I wish he would go back to the heel that he had, when he fought Cena for the title for the
and he
first
has
time.
good
He was
matches.
Brutal.
He has good matches. They're not amazing technically, but what I feel like no other guy has wrestled with the style like he kind of has. Like he's kind of I mean, I always said, I know now it's like gone so far down and we'll never see him, but I said I would want to watch it if there was Brock Lesnar versus Sheamus. I feel like he can...
Oh, that'd be a great one.
I feel like he gets so, like, tough in the ring, Sheamus. Like, I can believe it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys versus Lesnar, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, like we've said all along, like Roman Reigns beating him would not make any sense to any of us.
Even Randy Orton, I wanted to see it, but like I feel like someone like Sheamus in the ring, I feel like a little bit more like intimidation. Yeah, I feel like Lesnar could break Randy Orton in half.
Yeah.
Sheamus, I'd like to see it.
We'll go on to probably one of the best parts of the night: John Cena Rusev contract signing.
Well,
best parts?
I enjoyed it very much. The only thing I didn't enjoy was the Lana replacement.
Well, that's a big part of it.
That interpreter was the most annoying thing in the world.
What was that?
What accent was he using?
He was like a hillbilly trying to be Russian, and then the announcers are crapping out the whole time, and I can't pay attention to the segment because the announcers are crapping on it.
No, they're like this.
Did they send that out as a joke or what? This was an accident.
I don't think. Well, they obviously didn't intend for it to be a joke, but the fact that the guy came out with like sunglasses that looked like he was from an Austin Powers movie.
But then immediately, someone in the headset is just like, bury it, kill it,
please kill it, yeah, please, because
buried it.
His southern
and then he got
accent.
technical in the ropes on his way out.
I don't know if anyone noticed that. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but that was great. But no, his southern accent came out so many times. He'd be like, "We're here to crush
the
you."
fact that even the announcers were shitting on him.
It was JBL was like, "Look at you hear that? You hear the accent right there? So bad, so bad."
That was funny that they were shitting on it, but like, I know it's kind of stupid, but I'm trying to like watch a serious segment. I don't want the announcers shitting. Just like with the Divas matches, the announcers have to realize that like, well, not them or whoever's controlling them have to realize that whatever announcing is going on impacts the match more than they think. Because in the Divas matches, when they're like making fun of things and laughing, you're just making people disrespect them even more and not give a shit about them.
Like it's not not the talent at that point. They're a joke almost.
Yeah, like
But
you think
this
JR
guy
and
was
King
a
back
joke,
in the
though.
day, they made jokes, but like mixed in with they're still calling the match seriously and taking it as a serious competition.
But this guy was meant to be like serious, like his like attorney, and he was an absolute joke. Like if they would have got some serious hardcore Russian to go in there and like
Hardcore Russian.
Well, like a guy who actually listen.
What you do on X videos is your business. Okay?
Hardcore Russian. Well,
But
jeez.
if they actually hired someone who had a legitimate Russian accent and was like suit and tie and all business, I would take that more seriously. But this guy was like this.
Yeah, where do you find that guy in wherever city this was?
You can easily find that. Come on, you can easily find that.
Well, needless to say, this is probably one of the most look forward to matches, in my opinion. Because this is the most built-up storyline of all the storylines.
May I remind you of Fastlane? You guys hated the match against
all
the...
I
was the only guy actually who said I liked that match against Rusev Cena.
He's right, though, because this has been the most consistent.
This has more of a build-up.
It's a build-up. You guys hated the actual
There was no build-up.
I didn't like the way the turns this took, though. I didn't like that. The way Rusev's going to deny him a match, then Lana's going to make a match for him. I didn't like that whole thing. I'm not a fan of that.
Well, she wasn't there because she's...
And now what? Cena wins, and Lana comes out and makes out with Cena, and they celebrate, and the fireworks go off. American. She wears American stuff. And her accent's gone, and that's it. Goodbye.
Her accent's gone.
And Rusev is back to NXT.
Her accent's
Rest
gone.
in peace.
She drops her hair.
The New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
I so hate the New Day.
I actually... This is how bad it is. I went downstairs to get something to drink. I came upstairs. 5 minutes later, the match was over. It's a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke.
But the
These are
sad
tag
thing
team
is the four
champions,
guys
and
in
they've
the
been
ring
represented
there,
in 5
they're
minutes.
all good wrestlers.
But they all have no gimmick.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You have Kofi Kingston, you have Big E, you have Tyson Kidd.
I don't think Tyson Kidd and Cesaro need a gimmick. I think the problem is that they're together. They work well together, but they each need someone with more personality in a tag team. If Kidd was with a partner that had a bit more personality, I don't know who the fuck.
Like a Titus O'Neil.
Yes, Titus O'Neil. He can talk on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Cesaro was with someone similar to Kidd, though, an athletic guy with a little bit more personality. I think it would work, but...
Well, I don't think it's that.
And then New Day, the problem is just The gimmick is so.
The
Oh,
gimmick.
all right. Well, the thing
There's
is
no-
about Cesaro and Kid, they're both like cocky, so I can see how they fit together. But New Day is just like a strong guy, a fast, athletic guy, and an Xavier Woods.
Well, New Day is just following
Yeah,
the
Xavier
script
Woods
of a
is-
terrible idea.
I hate
good
Xavier
wrestler.
Woods. No, I hate him.
He's got no
I hate him.
personality.
I've
He's
never
a good wrestler.
seen
never
enough
liked
of him
him.
to have an opinion on him yet, personally.
What was- alright, what was- alright.
I have no opinion.
If you're gonna put it that way, from what I've seen of Xavier Woods, I don't like him.
Yeah, he's never gotten any kind of push, so I don't really know what to say about him. But
And back to your thing, what was this? Oh, the two definite people in the ring. Now they're going flip flopping again. I mean, it's a fucking joke.
Mania is going to be a different story. I still think
Well,
that next week is going to be Xavier.
Have
Woods
this.
and
Well,
Kofi
I'm
Kingston.
sorry, but if you're gonna have them in a match at WrestleMania, for at least 2 to 3 weeks, have them be consistent with the same people. Don't
they
just
should
have
have
them.
always
flip-flop
It's
and
been.
then
never
be like,
like
oh,
that though.
They should've-
look at AJ Lee and Paige versus Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. You have AJ versus Nikki, and then probably.
But
Well,
those two are actually competing though. They're not 2 out of 3 people competing. It's AJ versus Nikki. Okay, fine. Next week it's Paige versus Brie, and like those 4
Yeah,
are
they
actually in
just
the
want to make
same
it seem
match.
like the faction is facing for the tag
Like-
team
Yeah.
title. Not.
Don't flip
It's not all about the two people.
If you're gonna put them in a serious match at Mania, put 2 people in for at least 3 weeks, and then be like, all right, these are the 2 set guys. After that, before that or after that, I don't care what you do. Just make a set team, for Christ's sakes.
Thoughts of the Usos possibly not being in the match next week at Mania.
It's shoulder
know.
surgery or whatever. Or something.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I haven't read up on that.
It's just going to make the match worse for me at this point.
Pre-show, bump it up to the pre-show.
Please, God
Do it.
Almighty.
Bump
I wouldn't mind it at all.
Oh, I guess bump it forward. Yeah.
Forward to the pre-show.
I would not mind that
You
at
don't
all.
have that on the
Bump
main
it
time.
down, whatever you want to call it. Just, no, I don't want to see that. I mean, I don't like the Usos anymore than I like either tag team.
Thoughts of El Torito manhandling Cesaro?
Yeah, what the hell?
Made him look like a pussy. It really was the worst thing because Cesaro should have
The
just
fucking
destroyed
bull.
that thing.
Yeah.
Fucking bull. Flipped him out of
Man,
the ring.
Yeah, but it's
he's not
like-
cool.
No, he's a bull.
But the heels
Bullshit,
like Cesaro
man.
and Tyson Kidd, they're gonna sometimes be made to look foolish like that by like, you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah, but that's a little bit drastic. Like,
Yeah.
Cesaro's lifted people, like, bigger than him, carried him around. They said how many times he was pound for pound the strongest guy
Exactly.
in the
and
thing.
Now he's just
And
out of the ring.
a 4-foot guy is running him out of the ring, really?
Joke.
yeah.
It's bad. Slap in the face.
What they should have really done when he was going for the Hurricane is just, Cesaro
Have him, like,
catch him and
just-
swing him
Exactly.
through the ring.
I would have loved that. But
I mean, there's nothing. I wouldn't care if we didn't even have the titles on WrestleMania at this point.
it
No,
is-
no.
It's just
I'd rather
yeah.
see anything else besides that.
Give me the women's battle royal back.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Maybe take one of the 7 guys that are in the Intercontinental ladder match, put them in a fucking tag team of meaning with somebody else, and maybe,
That's what I thought was going to happen with the Ryback.
all those guys in the Battle Royal, like, there's a lot of guys that are pretty good, but instead we get Los Matadores. Like, does anybody care about them?
Nope, I forgot they existed.
What happened to Ryback and Dolph Ziggler? Oh,
Yeah.
that was one SmackDown.
Damn it. The big guy and the little guy. I liked it.
You don't think that tag team would bring some kind of notoriety to the
Oh
belt
my
if
god,
they won?
Yes.
fantastic.
That'd be an actual team.
But it's not going to
You talk
happen.
about people going down to the IC title and getting buried. You go down to the tag team title and you're done.
Retire now.
Yep.
No, I mean, you had Daniel Bryan. He went down to the tag team after he was world champion. I
But
mean,
that was still one of his somewhat respectable
and they had a ridiculous storyline that was like dominating a lot of the shows. Like there's so many segments on
because it was hilarious. I mean, let's not deny it. The anger management class.
Shelby.
Shelby.
Dr. Shelby. Oh, man.
Good times.
We'll move on to the Brock Lesnar interview.
Ooh. Where do we begin?
I'm going
You
to fuck
mean-
him up.
Oh.
You mean the pre-record from a week ago? Brock
I
Lesnar
didn't
reading
censor you. I'm sorry.
a sheet. That's what it was, really. Not.
It was awesome, though.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
good.
It was great.
I forgot to censor you.
It's going to be, I don't know, I feel like
Fuck Roman Reigns up.
you're 2 weeks away from Mania. Have
They do
Your
not
champion.
want these guys going in the same.
have
ring.
your champion
They're gonna do it next
on
week.
the last 2
Yep.
weeks.
But it's going to be very brief, and someone's just going to get out of the ring quick, and it's just going to. Lesnar's probably going to walk out like a bitch, which he never should.
No, I don't think
character.
so.
But how many times that happened?
They're not gonna. They're not gonna put not gonna put Lesnar over Reigns the week before WrestleMania.
That's true.
How many times?
Regardless
No,
of Reigns,
I'm saying though, like, how many times do they have Lesnar like walk away and not want to get into a fight? Like, that's ridiculous. The guy wouldn't the guy wouldn't turn down a fight versus 4 guys. Like,
Yeah.
how am I going to believe he's going to walk away? But yeah, they don't want any physical contact with this one. I don't know.
It's weird.
Sometimes I think it's just, I don't know. I think they're holding it off because they feel like they see Lesnar getting the hands on Reigns. They feel like the crowd's going to like that. And they're not giving the crowd that because they want to just keep him away and be like, oh, he's a jerk with his contract. Let's try and get more people to root for Reigns, I feel like.
It's not working.
I feel like that would work on a decent amount of people, though. If you saw Lesnar, like, kick Reigns' ass on a Raw, the crowd would just fucking go nuts for that, and that would not be good for Reigns.
He's too babyface to have that happen.
We'll move on to the highlight match of the night.
The only highlight match.
What's
of
that?
The Big Show versus Eric Rowan.
Wow! Swerve!
Got
Woo!
me.
This is why we look at the itinerary.
Too busy looking at GarageBand.
This is
Like to
why
stop in
I
5
have a
seconds.
phone on me during Raw that has Wi-Fi that can look at...
Big Show hit a diving elbow drop.
Oh my god.
I can honestly say I didn't see that because I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm dead. I'm
Sorry,
here.
we can be
I'm here to
honest.
report on wrestling, and I watch it all, but I can't watch Big Show and Eric Rowan again.
Hey,
I can't.
I admit to. I walked out in a New Day match.
I want to use the bathroom at that one.
And I was like,
I
ass.
can't. And the people will say like, divas were the piss break. Who the fuck goes to be the bathroom? I want to see. I want to see some Paige and AJ and Bellas. Why not? Over seeing some Big Show and Rowan. Get the fuck out of here.
So girls or big, fat, over out of shape men?
Come on, he's a giant.
He's giant fat ass.
Rowan.
Giant something mess. Turn your phone off.
Battle
Rowan is-
Royal.
No, this isn't vibrate.
Battle
Oh, yeah, Battle
Royal shit show, as I call it.
Like, that should be how they go off the air on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. Because the main
I
few
see
guys
that.
won't be there. So, I feel like it was weird that was going on.
Alright, guy, are you talking
I'm throwing you over the top. It means nothing, but they're so into it. It's ridiculous.
This is how it's gonna happen. You're gonna stand here and you're gonna eliminate each other, and I'm gonna stand here and look good. Come on, it's a fucking.
Curtis Axel was awesome, though.
Yes,
He's the only good thing about it,
I was like, he's totally gonna eliminate. He's totally gonna eliminate.
right?
What are we gonna get? Who have we seen? Bo Dallas. What happened to him?
I think he'll be in the.
Well, he's teaming with. He's
been
teaming with.
working house shows.
Yeah, he's in team up with Tyler Breeze.
No.
Yeah, but Tyler Breeze is nothing right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that's what he's doing now.
But he
I'm
has
just
been
saying, I
back.
feel like
he has
there's a
been
guy.
working house shows, so I have a feeling he will be.
Curtis Axel kind of took his gimmick there, like, pretending that he never loses and.
No, yeah, no.
No, yeah.
No, Bo Dallas. No, because Bo Dallas is
No.
annoying. Just comes out and just.
Yeah, that's how
You're
I
not
feel
a
about Curtis Axel.
believer?
No.
Curtis Axel.
I'm a believer.
I miss Bo Dallas.
Both not in any kind of good shape.
No.
Check. Both don't enjoy watching their wrestling. Both don't have a personality, really, at all.
I used to say that Bo Dallas's face looked like No Mercy faces. How square
Yes.
it was, like the
Yeah,
jaw.
Yeah, it's that. Or squish and just brick.
Yeah, like... It's a good thing Bray Wyatt is, like, fat, Otherwise he would look like Bo Dallas, and who's going to take that seriously?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just believe the Undertaker.
Paul Heyman promo.
Again.
Whoa.
I love Paul Heyman promos, but I feel like we've been getting this every week, so I'm like,
The whole mic turning off.
I'm ready for the match already, and I'm really done with this talking. And
I kind of hated how Roman Reigns, when he interrupted him, he's like, "You're like the best on the mic, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit you. Don't worry."
yeah,
Like,
I don't like that. It's like, why are you saying the best on the mic? Like, that's not something that you should be saying on WWE. Like,
Yeah, that's something we discussed and say like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
he's the greatest promoter or the best mic
yeah,
guy."
the best manager or the best advocate.
Yeah, you don't sit there and say
I
mic
just said
guy.
fuck it.
Ad fucking.
But that
Advocate.
because of that
That's how he feels
compliment,
about
do we
this.
now start
Ah,
thinking that
fucking-
Paul Heyman betrays Lesnar? I was thinking about that.
Not unless they know for a fact that Brock Lesnar isn't coming back anytime soon.
I'm sure they know that because he's under his contract expires WrestleMania, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they don't know he's not going to resign or anything yet.
I think the whole discussion's still up in the air.
Because I'm just thinking, like, if he's not coming back, Paul Heyman, this would have been a great segue into it. Like, Roman Reigns gives him the compliment, "Oh, you're
But
the
then
best
what?
mic
He
guy."
screws over Brock Lesnar, so Brock Lesnar has to come back and be a face and get back at Heyman? That's
And now even Lesnar is even like putting into his promos about the UFC. He's like, "Oh, I'll go to the UFC with WWE Championship." We didn't even mention that before. He's like, "I'll go to UFC with
Yeah, but
WWE
they've been
Championship. I don't give a
mentioning
shit."
that.
Said that
Yeah,
last
he's
week.
been saying that for a while.
No, well, Heyman did say over something he unify both, but I don't know. It's just,
It's
like they
not
don't want people to
it's not
know that's
shocking
happening,
anymore.
but they're putting it in the promos.
Well, yeah,
now,
because
so.
they know now.
Yeah,
That,
now
they
they
know
know.
that the internet knows all this shit,
Yeah.
so they're like, oh, we'll say it. Just like how WWE,
Yeah.
their like Facebook page and shit, they spoil and ruin things now
Yeah.
because they're trying to get one up on the wrestling sites and be like, so you don't go to the wrestling site, you come to us. You know what I mean?
Which
They
is
started like
stupid.
yeah, they spoiled. I forgot something on NXT. They spoiled that Rhino was going to be on NXT
Yeah.
before it even aired, and it's like it's
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
that's
stupid.
right.
Just because
Yeah.
it was being reported online, they're like, oh,
They've been spoiling the Hall of Famers.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
that
the Ultimate
that's
Warrior.
just-
He
that's
might.
terrible.
No, I'm sorry, Macho Man. He might be inducted tonight, so stay tuned.
Yeah, because the past few
come
years,
on.
the internet has
But the
known that it's terrible. But I
It's
agree,
horrible.
it's terrible. But I'm just saying, it's because the internet has known a few days in advance the Hall of Famers, like the past few years,
Yeah.
always saying that's who it's going to be, and now they're like, oh, we'll get you, we'll announce it early, like.
Yeah.
They don't even
They
announce
just-
it. It was like, oh, if you heard this morning, Rolling Stones broke the news that
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy's being inducted.
Yeah, but they obviously
Like,
gave the
yeah,
news to them.
like-
It's like making it seem bigger, but
Come on, real. Thoughts on the Daniel Bryan chants during that whole promo?
that was good. And Roman Reigns was
Good
like,
reaction by Roman
Roman Reigns was like, just like these guys right here, the haters or whatever.
The haters.
But as I said yesterday to you, if you're going to any house shows, WrestleMania season, Roman Reigns isn't main eventing them. Daniel Bryan's main eventing them. So, isn't it like I was reading a report of someone and they said that he thought it was very strange how Daniel Bryan main events the house shows. He's getting the biggest pops of the night, and he's in the ladder match at WrestleMania, and they don't have Roman Reigns is fighting Big Show in like street fights, and it's like the third match from the main event. So that tells you know
He's not ready
They
to
know.
be the champion. That's why
they're trying, but they know
it's not going to work.
they know he doesn't have the reaction near that. They know they're not fooled.
I just kind of wish they would say to Lesnar.
They want to fool us though.
I'm kind of just praying they go to Lesnar and say, just give us one more match, one more pay-per-view after WrestleMania, and then go. You can go if you don't want to. What are you doing?
I'm
You're
trying to ask
distracting
him
me.
something.
And
I'm
he
trying to
can't.
ask him something, but
Well, speak.
What?
I don't know if our favorite fans listen
No,
to
there's
us.
no
or
one
not.
here.
No, he's not here.
Oop.
He's probably out drinking. St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
St.
It's
Patty's Day.
That's
Give him his
true.
credit.
God.
Yeah, I kind of wish WWE would go up to Lesnar and just say, listen, we fucked up WrestleMania. Just give us at least one more pay-per-view. Drop it at Extreme Rules to somebody else who's not Roman Reigns.
Either way, nobody else in a month would be. There doesn't seem to be another contender,
that,
really.
yeah.
I mean,
You could either put, like we said, Sheamus comes back, wins the battle.
that's a little
battle
quick. This is
royale.
the guy that was like losing the U.S. title when he left. Like, I don't know,
You could throw Daniel Bryan in there and do what we've all been waiting for.
but he's in the ladder match. That means he's gonna lose the Intercontinental ladder match.
So you have him lose, and then he squirms his way in.
I see Daniel Bryan winning that match.
I didn't say he wouldn't win. I'm saying
I'm just saying
that
that
if he's gonna face somebody for the title the next pay-per-view, he's not gonna win.
But
the
Reigns-
No, I'm
title.
saying I see him winning the Intercontinental title match.
Yeah.
But Reigns can't
What
carry
did
the
he
win.
say
Like,
if
even
he loses,
WWE
yeah?
knows it. It's evidenced by, like you said, the dark shows. They know he's not going to be able to handle being the main eventer.
It's gonna be a very
Short-lived title reign.
interesting, like April, May, and June to see, but kind of not interesting because we're gonna be bored as fuck listening to Roman Reigns come out and give a promo every week.
But here's the thing that's bothering me about this, though. If he does beat Lesnar and then they know they made a mistake, so next month at Extreme Rules, he loses. That just takes away from the credibility of Lesnar. It's like
yeah.
you beat Lesnar that no one else was able to touch, but and then you lost the
so
title
that's
in
why
30
Reigns
days.
is gonna
Alright.
have to hold it till at least SummerSlam.
Now this
More-
question should
maybe
be
more.
addressed. When is Seth Rollins cashing in?
Well, I'll have to before June.
He's gonna fail, unfortunately.
You think so?
Yeah.
Only, 2 people have done that so far? Just Sandow and Cena.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Cena's was a strange failure. But yeah.
And Sandow was the only other guy to cash it in, right? And lose?
Sandow was the failure of actual cash, and Cena turned his into a match, so it felt like, okay, he lost the match, so it wasn't
Yeah.
his.
But those
Still
are
counts.
those are the
Still
only
counts.
two guys who have
It's
not
official.
won, right?
Yeah.
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 So you think he's gonna be 3? What makes you think that?
There's no room by June 20 something to have him as the champion.
Well, technically, you could if Reigns is the champion. You have that whole Shield, feud going on.
Yeah, but
I know they haven't mentioned it in forever,
it's too
but
much. It's too much. Like, you have somebody finally beat Brock Lesnar, and this is like his moment to put him to the top, and then he's gonna lose it.
I'm not saying right away. I'm saying before.
I mean,
June.
maybe he could lose it to Rollins. He gets screwed over by a bunch of people, and then he gets it back a month or two later. But then it's kind of like Rollins just gets like a little transitional.
No, but then we've seen the title change hands quickly, though. I mean,
Yeah.
think about that.
We
the
haven't in
Attitude
the
Era.
past
I
few years,
wouldn't.
though.
I
Yeah, but
wouldn't be.
the Attitude Era we have. Sorry.
Today's world, I would not be surprised if Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania and then Reigns gets back at Extreme Rules. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, WWE, honestly,
That's a little quick.
it's a little quick, but I mean, you gotta make him.
That's gonna taint Reigns'
I don't know.
moment forever. Like,
It
you
would,
can walk
but
out of WrestleMania with the title.
Well, not theoretically,
Well,
because
it
did
depends.
walk out
What
WrestleMania
if
with the title,
I mean
so.
I know what's not gonna happen, but what if Reigns wins and he just gets shitted on at WrestleMania, like
What
absolutely
do you mean
shitted
shit
on,
on?
like just straight, like worse than Royal Rumble booze.
Well,
Like,
he's not,
I know
don't
it's
think
not gonna happen, but
he's gonna get boozed.
If it's gonna happen, but I mean, if he just wins by like some dumb shitty way, like just like 1-2 spears and that's it. Like we all know that he has to beat the shit out of Lesnar to actually win.
No,
And the way they've been building up the
Realistically.
match, he's gonna
They're
have
making
to.
it,
I think
and
realistically.
they're saying that.
But
It's gonna be a no. We were. What were we
I
talking about
think
last
that
time?
it's gonna. Well, I don't know. Some title matches they randomly are like, oh, there's no DQ because of the title
Yeah.
match. Whenever they feel like saying that.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't know.
But what do you
Wait,
think? From what Paul Heyman was saying,
was Brock
rules
Lesnar,
cannot
he's
hold
playing
down
by
Brock
the rules,
Lesnar.
this
So
and
what?
that.
Lesnar goes crazy.
Lesnar will do
Can he
what
get
he wants.
DQ'd? He keeps his belt then. They can't have that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I could see them making it no DQ for sure.
So how's it? All right.
And
So
I
how's
could
that
see-
get announced? That's just get right announced like.
Yeah,
They
right
do it
there
one
and
day.
then.
But how does that get put into the factor? Like,
Well,
does
he
Triple
already
H come
mentioned-
out and just be like, I feel like you two are gonna just go at it, no holds barred.
No,
Triple H doesn't have to say anything.
Heyman will offer to Reigns, and Reigns will accept.
I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Lesnar himself
What do
just
you mean
comes
they
out and
offered
says,
to
yeah.
Reigns to take his title shot at WrestleMania and he accepted? You can offer anything to Reigns. Reigns, you want some AIDS? Sure. I'll take it.
You want some eights? Yeah, all right. Just bend over.
Do I still get to go to WrestleMania?
Bend over and you go to WrestleMania.
We'll go to the 6-man tag team match. Ziggler, Bryan, Ambrose versus Barrett, Stardust, and Harper.
Good
It
match.
was
Fuck,
good.
It was a great
It was
match.
a good
But the
match.
announcers,
Yeah.
I want to.
like, this is probably one of the best ways to build this match, and they fucking failed. Because the entire match, they were just going off on tangents about R-Truth taking the belt, this and that. Like, come on.
That
That-
he's wearing
which
it
is getting
attached to
annoying
his
now.
shirt.
honestly.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's getting annoying now.
I don't like the R-Truth part of it.
No.
If
Yeah,
he
now
was
it's
not
getting
in
annoying.
this match, I wrestling-wise, I like that he's in the match. You know, I never hated him. But, like, character-wise, like, he's just making it a little too comical. Even Dean Ambrose is not being comical.
Yeah.
Other than his turd comment.
I enjoyed it in the
Smack.
beginning when he first started stealing title. It was like fun to laugh at, enjoyable because he was funny on the mic, but on commentary.
But it's
now,
every
no,
week.
it was like now it's like all right, enough. I'm sick of it. It's the same shit. You walk away with the title at the end of it every single time. But now Barrett has it now, so
Which brings me, like...
For now.
For
what
now.
are they, like,
Tell
It doesn't matter.
Barrett
They're gonna hang
came
it from
back,
the ceiling
and he
anyway.
had a couple good matches back, won the title, this and that, and then
now he's getting shit on.
they
this
just
week.
completely shitted on him.
No.
Like, made his entire title reign a
Since
complete
he's been
joke.
back, he's lost, I feel like, more than he's won.
He lost to
Yeah.
fucking Sin
But he
Cara.
got the belt, but
Twice.
Yeah, but he still has the belt,
he
somehow.
still has the belt, but he keeps
But
losing.
I like
so.
that rampage he went on at the end. Just fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
when
was
he
good.
just destroyed. He
Destroying
needed. I
everybody.
think that should happen next week, but whatever. You gotta give him some credibility.
I think there's a pretty solid possibility that he'll walk out of WrestleMania with the title still.
Oh no, he's up there. If there's 3 people, he's definitely top 3 to win out of it. But
Him, Ziggler, and
him,
Daniel
Ziggler,
Bryan.
and Bryan,
I
those
feel
3
like a
up
lot
there.
of other people could just be getting in each other's way, and maybe they'll have a feud after WrestleMania.
I mean, I could see like 1, maybe 2 feuds coming out of that match, but no more than
I mean, what
One
they had
thing.
with Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, I don't
they
know.
want to. I want that to happen so bad because that
And
match
the
would be
crowd
so
was going
great.
nuts for that.
I mean, as soon as that thing got leaked on
it's
Twitter,
just tough though
forget
when you
about it.
put like the two guys like that, probably two of the top, 4 maybe in cheers in the company against each other. I wouldn't put them against each other.
I mean, my question was going to be, what the hell do you do with Ambrose after this? I mean,
What the hell did you do any of them after this?
Ambrose has nowhere to go.
Yeah,
He's
Ambrose
got no
is a tough
feuds,
spot.
you know.
He
Ambrose,
has his like
R-Truth.
character and gimmick.
Well, R-Truth has been nowhere for the past couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Ambrose
now
was
I
getting
would say,
big.
but now he's actually in a spot, and now after
I
you
think
should
they're
drop
kind of just
again,
putting him there
or-
because he's been with the company for a long time and like
He's on his way out.
he's
One more
never really
WrestleMania.
been to WrestleMania. Like actually had a match on WrestleMania
That was
worthwhile.
No, I'm saying like
That was a very,
they're
like,
giving him
yeah,
his little
sure about
push.
that.
They're giving him his little push, which I appreciate.
Do
And
you really appreciate
well,
it?
I mean, listen, no one's really been an R-Truth
I think he's a
fan
solid
over the
wrestler.
years,
I just
but
don't like
Hey, quick, get rowdy!
I just don't like that he does the stupid like dancing and gyrations all the time. When he was like serious, I kind
Little
of liked
Jimmy?
him a little bit. Yeah.
that I like.
That's
Little
when
Jimmy
like
for a
he
little
faced Cena in Capital Punishment or something like that, right? Or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, that was stupid, but I did enjoy Little Jimmy because he had some funny segments.
Imagine you
with
bought
that,
tickets to a
but-
pay-per-view and you find out that the main event feud for the title is going to be John Cena versus
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
That was
I
stupid.
probably would just not go.
That's
Just
why I
would sell my
didn't watch
tickets.
wrestling, and I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah, I don't even know if I even watched that pay-per-view or match. To be
I
honest
got 2 months or a month later, CM Punk saved us by winning the title and then walking out, whatever. That storyline.
That's what kind of brought me back to wrestling.
the possibly best storyline in history.
Bray Wyatt's promo towards the Undertaker.
You know, now I'm like, all right. I'm getting to the point where I'm excited for the match. I'm over it because now it's Taker finally had something to say. He had his little spot, and now it's just Wyatt gonna be doing the same shit for the next 2 weeks, well, 1 week, whatever, next week. And now it's just like, all right, I'm over it. Like this could have been done
Yeah, I
in
don't
3
need to see
weeks.
any more
This
promos.
could have been done in 3 weeks. 2 weeks of taunting him, 1 week of him saying something, and then the match. Now this is just like, I'm still here. I still have your urn.
It's a new urn.
It's a new urn. It's like
Cheers,
red
new
now.
urn,
What the
yeah.
hell is that? What was
Well,
that?
no. Well, that
Rocking chair.
that was not like the Undertaker's urn.
I know, but
That
that's
was
an
like
insult to
Bray
him.
Wyatt having his own urn.
That's an insult to the Undertaker.
Would
I'm
you
sorry.
please, with this
It's-
whole thing about Bray Wyatt as the Undertaker being a slap in the face to the Undertaker?
It is though.
It's not a slap in the face to the Undertaker.
It is
How? Explain it to me. Go.
because it's the Undertaker's urn. And
It's not
honestly-
the Undertaker's urn.
Okay, well, all right. It's a symbol.
It's an urn.
It's symbolism of the Undertaker, and now it's just like wrapping around like a red magic carpet.
That's
And
not
this is mine
it.
now.
That's not it.
What?
It's not the same urn.
Yeah, he wasn't
Completely
talking
different
heavy.
urn.
It's a completely different
Completely
urn.
different urn. It wasn't wrapped around in a red carpet.
It was a different
It was
urn.
a red
He
fucking
was
urn.
knocking
It's
the
stupid.
Undertaker
It's stupid.
with the ashes of the chair.
Stupid. Stupid. The brown chair. The
just
brown
naive.
chair.
If I
just
was
naive.
making
The brown chair.
this
Why
feud
would-
go,
Chairs make extra any like, just because it's
Red?
dark brown.
Oh, it's okay. So your chair goes on fire and you turn into a red urn.
Just because the ashes
ashes
don't
weren't red.
make the color of the urn.
What the hell are you talking about? The color of the urn is just the design that they
Stupid.
used.
But you're saying it's
No,
the
you're
ashes-
stupid. It's not stupid. You're stupid. Dude, what do you think? The ashes were red from
Yeah,
the brown
yeah.
chair?
Yeah, they are. They
Oh
were.
my god! Ladies and gentlemen, we're holding tryouts to take Vinny's spot. Email us at undertheringradio@gmail.com.
he's still gonna record us though. He's gonna
Good.
record us.
I hope it
He'll sit in
blows
the
up.
corner.
I hope it blows up, and then get your responses, and then you won't be allowed in the house anyway. So
we'll still
you'll
allow
be
you.
reporting from Dan's car
You just have to sit
in
in the corner.
Bumblefuck, Long Island.
Farmingdale.
Farmingdale, Long
That
Island. You'll be
page.
reporting from then because you won't be allowed in the house.
Coming from the kid who's like, look, come pick me up.
Well,
It's not stupid.
I'm gonna continue the conversation and say if I was booking this, I would be done with promos, and I would have Bray Wyatt have a match where he's destroying a guy, and
When was the
Undertaker's
last
music
time-
hit.
When was the last time we saw Bray Wyatt wrestle a
It
match?
doesn't matter. He's crushing some guy.
Before Fastlane?
He even wrestled at Fastlane.
You have the Undertaker's music hit
I don't think
during or after the match,
Yes.
and
Yes.
distract him, and he freaks out, thinking he's gonna come out, and he doesn't, and then he laughs. Do that rather than a promo.
Yes.
No more promos.
The promos are getting boring and
No,
tired.
Just have him wrestle, and Undertaker sending different signals, like
Maybe it is red ashes.
You
just
think
like
we'll
he
see
did
the
with the
Undertaker
chair.
this
There
week?
should be more things.
No.
What?
No,
What's
see
that?
the Undertaker next
No,
week?
absolutely not.
If we haven't seen him yet, we're not seeing him.
If they do it now,
I
they're
don't
just
think so.
ruining everything. They really are just ruining everything.
Don't hold your breath. I have a feeling we might.
Right?
I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
The
We would've seen
week
him by now.
right before.
Please buy WrestleMania. Look at me. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
basically.
understand, Like, who cares? It's
If
kinda
you
like,
want to see me,
they want to keep the mystery. Like, oh my god, he
Yeah.
got his ass kicked. What does he look like? And apparently he has like longer hair now, so it's like gonna be like, oh my god,
Does
he
he
looks
really?
different. Yeah, he has like hair and like here. He doesn't have a mole.
All right.
Unless he's gonna shave it for
He probably
WrestleMania.
won't shave it, yeah.
Probably will.
yeah.
So we didn't talk about the whole
Mohawk.
Seth Rollins shit happening to him backstage at all. With the
Very
Big Show and
believable.
Kane just
Oh,
totally
it wasn't
down on
that.
him.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I guess
Joey
you can talk about that
Murphy
before the
and-
main event, though. Are we
Yeah,
up to the main
we're
event?
up to the main event right now.
Oh shit! All right.
Flying through.
All right, so we skipped through.
Oh, we're going
Because they
quick
all
today.
they did is
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we told you so, and they quit, and they quit supposedly, quote unquote. That's all they did. So it wasn't much really talk about.
I just like the Stephanie McMahon and Triple H in the back.
Oh yeah, there I was like, I want to see Triple H versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Right there, I wanted to see that.
I was
And-
like, oh
and I-
shit!
I think we could get that at some point.
I think
Maybe
we
like
will.
at SummerSlam. I think things are gonna burn out. Even though that was just a trick, I honestly think like they're gonna go with Seth Rollins being like they don't care about me. They're not trying to push me to the
I
top.
felt like that whole thing was like parents like yelling at their teenage son, like we're disappointed in you. This
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
just like, oh, this is weird. But
You're
that
being a
tension
baby.
You
between
made your
That-
bed and now you have to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh, come on.
thanks, mom.
Wait, what you said, Triple H? Like, didn't you? Something just happened to you recently? What do you say? I forgot what you said.
He was talking about him being scared of Sting.
That's like scary.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. I like that. He's like
Yeah.
running around playing hide and seek with.
Yeah,
Seth.
That's
That's
what
what
was on your video. That's what
That
it
was good. I liked that. That was really good.
So it's time for the match.
Quote unquote
Orton,
match.
Orton comes out, and you know there's not gonna.
Well, there was a ref in the ring. That's as far as we got.
Yeah.
That's that's very true. Everyone that quit on him came out, and they were all gonna attack
What a
Randy Orton.
surprise! It took me 3 hours to plan this. Joke's on you! 3 hours to plan. 5 people coming
I love his
out.
laugh. He's like.
They surround Randy Orton, leaves
Sick.
the ring,
I
grabs
love
a
this
chair,
one.
he's ready for a fight. The lights go out.
Someone didn't pay the electric bill.
Michael Cole, what's this? I've never seen this before.
And then there's like,
Oh, it's Sting! He was so bad.
He was so bad?
no.
Michael
Sting?
Cole.
Oh.
Michael
Cole's
Cole was
bad.
bad. He's like, it's
I
Sting!
just mind the vigilante. I'm sick of that.
Yeah, I don't like Vigilante either.
I could have
Didn't
took a
they call
shot.
Undertaker that like 2 years ago?
I could have took a shot and been hammered.
No, the last
every single
outlaw they
time
called
Mike
him.
Cole
That's
said it.
Yeah,
It's
same
not a thing.
shit.
But seriously, I could have took a shot and been hammered every single time Michael Cole said vigilante in that 5 second
I'm not a
5 minute
fan of
promo.
that vigilante thing.
I-
The vigilante strikes. The vigilante is here.
Nobody under
Come on.
contract with the company.
It was nice to see Sting
It was nice though, but
do some fucking
Yeah, that was so
move
good.
around
That
and-
was so good.
which is with
It wasn't like the most amazing thing you ever watched, but it was good to see him move around and like you can be like, okay, maybe Triple H and him can have a match. He's not crippled.
Randy Orton's reaction was the best. He was just holding
Yes,
the chair. He
that
looks.
was
He
great.
goes,
all right.
"All right."
All right,
All right, well, probably twice.
I thought that was awesome. And then he talked.
He's finally
Wow.
And talked
Well,
on the WWE Network.
yeah,
Now you can subscribe to it for $9.99.
you would never know if you had just cable TV. He talked. You would never
so
know.
dumb.
It's true.
But I did like, I said this before, I did like Orton's reaction. He's like, Sting, I don't know if you know how things work around here, but I don't need help. But damn, that was pretty cool. I think that was like the inner childhood of like Orton coming out and be like, damn, Sting just saved me. When who else in this business can really say that? Like only
Dolph Ziggler.
Well, that's alright, but that's really it. Though. Like I'm saying, like
Anyone who worked in
101
WCW, anyone
in
who worked in
WWE,
TNA.
in WWE, I didn't finish my statement. In WWE, let's put it that way.
Dolph
In
Ziggler.
WWE, one other person.
Actually, you could say the entire team Cena.
Yeah.
No,
Because-
they weren't in the ring when it
Slow
happened.
and dry
No,
back.
Cena then, because, he was getting his ass kicked
I don't
during that.
say that.
He was getting his
No,
ass handed to him.
but then
and also
Ziggler
Sting
took
was
out 3 people of the team. So
Yeah, Cena was getting his
And
ass
then-
kicked by Big Show, Rollins, and who?
The Big Show turn, though. The Big Show turn, that wasn't Cena's thing, though. It's not like Cena got, like, chokeslammed by Big Show and then, like, choked him by Kane.
Oh, you're talking about them. Oh, you're not talking about.
When they got their
No, we are, but we're talking at the end.
Rusev was.
No, he's saying that Cena got saved by Sting. He did, but in a way, like,
He
but
would've lost that match.
No, he did. Of course, the entire team. But I'm saying, like, 1-on-1, like, one person in the ring. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Oh, Sting's here. Okay, we're good.
It was kind of cool to see Sting and like Randy Orton like kind of team up. It's like,
Yeah, it was something.
you never
cool.
think you'd ever see that.
What was the tag team name again?
I enjoyed. What?
The Viper and the Scorpion.
Viper and the Scorpion.
They gave him a name. Oh God.
No. So someone wrote
People
online.
online.
That's sad.
And like that today, I watched that video like at least 12
Sting
times.
Viper.
The replay of Sting coming out, and like this is the first time when I look at a post on WWE and all of the comments are positive. Like, everyone loved this. Everyone's like, I'm jumping out of my couch. These are my two favorite wrestlers of all time. I loved it. I felt like a kid again. Loved it. Everybody loved it.
See that again.
Nobody... Yeah, I know. I'm saying. Like, you got one of those moments where it's like, nobody's going to shit on it. People like that and thought it was cool. Like,
Because
you don't get those.
I
anymore,
think
really.
personally, because it wasn't leaked. You know, like when Sting came back
It was,
to right. No, but it wasn't as leaked.
There
It
were
wasn't.
reports that he
Yeah.
was in Iowa.
Yeah.
There was
The pictures of him in the airport.
In
I
the
saw it
airport and
online.
everything like
so
that.
I
Like
mean-
that. So like Dan said, and we were expecting it the entire night, and then like the main event came around, and we were like, "Oh,
I'm
we're
like-
not going to see him." And then as soon as
but
we saw
then-
Triple H come out, we were like,
Yeah.
"Now
No
this
matter
makes
what,
sense."
Sting had to come out there.
Because Triple H was out there, there'd be no.
And they
no
didn't.
reason for
And
Triple H to be out
they didn't
there.
show a video package the whole night on Triple
And
H
that
Sting.
too.
They've done that every other week, so I knew they had to end. Already, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton is dominating the shows a bit too much.
It's going to be a great
It's
match,
going to be a
though.
great match, but I've lost a little bit of interest. The way it went with Orton siding with him for a few weeks,
Yeah.
that killed me.
Yeah, I mean, we said it before. It was too rushed. If they would have brought back Orton months ago, like they were supposed to, instead of holding him off TV for 2 months, 3 months, it would have been better. They would have had time to build this feud more, and they would have had going at each other every other week, this and that, and in tag team matches against each other, and like they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just kind of bad booking. But at the same time, it's not, because I'm looking forward to this match, and I think
Yeah,
it's...
but I think we're looking forward to
it'd be a
more
great
than
match.
wrestling. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
storyline-wise, it's like...
No, storyline, it's rushed, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, rushed.
Rushed, they literally, like, Orton came back, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, but this has been going on for like...
WrestleMania
We've won Randy Orton to get his hands on Seth Rollins since October, or the end of, or first
Exactly.
week of November.
When really were you gonna have Orton come back? I mean, either you have him come back at Fastlane, or you really don't, because it's if you think that was rushed, imagine if he came back like 2 weeks ago. Then that would really be rushed. It's
No,
just,
good. Guys are saying he should have came back at like the Rumble
Earlier,
or
yeah.
something
He
or
came back to
something
Rumble or
like that.
something like that.
Like interfered
but wasn't
in
he
the Rumble.
still technically filming?
No, he was done, like, 2-3 months ago.
Oh, see, I didn't know when he was.
Like,
done
he was
filming.
done
I
filming,
don't
like, a month and a half, 2 months after he was gone.
follow.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to the wrestling, but I've lost interest in the storyline, especially once Randy Orton beat the holy hell out of Seth Rollins. Why do I need to see it at WrestleMania? He already beat the hell out of him once. That's
Now he
why I
wants to
didn't
get him
like
out
that.
even
But
more.
now you.
I
see
didn't like that.
a
It was
match
too
out of
much.
though.
They gave too much last week on Raw. Too much. He took him in the crowd, beat the shit out of him, or came through a table. It's like, okay.
I think,
got it. There it is.
I think they could do a lot more if they get a no DQ match.
Yeah, they
I
could, but I'm just saying that they gave too much, I think. There.
I
They
agree
let
with
it go
you
too
on that
far.
one. I do agree with you on that one. But if you just tell me, all right, who's on the card tonight for WrestleMania? You say Orton versus Rollins. I would be excited for it.
Yep.
I would be excited for it. No, I do agree with that. Like they did, fuck up a lot of things in the storyline, but at the same time, I'm excited for wrestling. So, which is what we watch for. We watch it for the storylines, but at the same time, if the match,
I mean, if you watch for
If the-
wrestling, you're watching the wrong company, I'll tell you.
no, of course,
They're not a
but
wrestling
if the
company
match, if the match is good, at the end of the day, you'll be happy. Will you not be? I mean, if the storyline's okay, and then you watch WrestleMania and the match
will
is
be, but
fantastic,
WrestleMania is-
you'll be happy.
WrestleMania's turned into, like, the spectacle of it, and, those moments where it's like, oh, this guy did this to him. You don't remember, like, individual moves that much anymore. They don't go, like...
No, but we always when we do the WrestleMania segments, for the last few weeks that we've been doing, we also we look back on this match and like, oh wow, that was a really good match.
Yeah, but most of them also had really good developed stories.
Yeah.
And now we're like, they're scratching and clawing to get any story out. This is like the only story where the two guys have been there every week, and it seems like they've had too many segments. In my opinion,
I feel like WWE's poured more into the Triple H Sting whole fiasco thing than any other storyline.
Past few
to be
weeks,
honest.
it's been
Besides
not much.
Cena Rusev.
Past few weeks, there
I
hasn't
don't
been
know.
much for Triple H's thing.
No.
They're
If
also
you look at
pushing.
the whole picture, yeah.
They're also
Survivor
pushing-
Series before Royal Rumble.
But they're also pushing the Reigns thing a little bit heavy.
Yeah,
because
they
with
really have
the
been.
new shirt, I can, I will.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
they
just
won't.
pushing
You
it to
know,
win.
like,
I
he's
mean,
getting
come on.
pissed
And
now.
also, I'm not. I'm spoiling my pick for next week, but like, if you have a babyface guy that's like wins the Royal Rumble and they want to make him into a star, like, and he's saying that he has shirts saying I can and will beat, and everyone's doubting him, saying he can't. The announcers every week say he can't. No one thinks he can beat Brock Lesnar. You really think that he's not going to beat Brock Lesnar?
No,
WrestleMania?
it's obvious.
It's
But-
like, because like some people we watch with were like, I think that it's like the hardest to pick match. I'm like, that's the easiest to pick match.
I mean, unless WWE really decides to just throw us the curveball and they re-sign him, and then it's like, okay, no, you really couldn't beat Lesnar.
Even if they resign, like, you don't have a guy, like, you don't have a guy say, like, everyone's saying he can't, everyone's saying he can, and then him saying that he can, and then he doesn't. What happens to him after that?
That's
You never
true.
believe him again. You think that would have worked with Cena's character?
No.
If he's like, never give up, and then he just gave up and he lost, and like that wouldn't. He would have never made it. Like, it's just going one way, and it seems very predictable. But I feel like that's been neglected a bit because they haven't had a face-to-face in the ring. Whoa, cans rattling.
No, deal with it.
And this is why we keep it off the table.
Listen,
As you were saying, we do our WrestleManias.
We do our
We do our WrestleManias.
We do our WrestleMania.
24.
we do. We've been doing. What have we been doing? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
We're picking our favorite matches
Just
from
add-
all
Any
the.
matches that you should go back and watch.
Yeah, well,
because
Up until WrestleMania week, we've been doing 5 Manias a week.
Yeah, we each pick one, so technically we, pick
I mean,
4
we-
Mania matches.
We really
but
haven't
4 Mania matches from 5 Manias.
which surprisingly we
Chronologically.
really haven't. We haven't picked out of the same WrestleMania.
Yeah,
It seems
which
like,
is good. Which is good.
which is decent. Being that there's
Unless you're
been
Dan, who comes in
Terrible-
late, like, oh, you stole my
terrible
matches.
matches. WrestleMania 1
I
through
think tonight I'm
9.
gonna break that streak.
Yeah. Well, I'll start it off because you guys thought this was the worst one. Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy.
Ooh,
WrestleMania 25?
dark horse pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a big Hardy Boys fan growing up, and then just watching them two go at it at a WrestleMania was pretty cool. And it was an Extreme Rules match. I love people crashing through tables and shit like that.
Yeah.
And the twist of fate with Jeff's head still in the chair was fucking brutal.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was awesome. I still don't like the Jeff Hardy with face paint. Vin?
I'm going to go Taker Edge at 24. I just think that was one of the matches. There's not many matches out there that makes you think this could be the match that Taker loses, and those are one. That was one of the matches.
The highlight of Zack Ryder's career, being an edgehead and being out
Being an
there.
edgehead.
And Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
Don't forget him. He was there too.
But yeah.
Oh, definitely the highlight.
Shout
of
out to
his career.
Creator Pro.
Yeah.
Creator Pro.
Creative Pro? God.
Cap.
It's his wrestling
Cap.
school.
Cap it.
Have it.
Matt?
I'm going Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21.
My favorite match of all time.
It is an amazing match. Two great
Wrestling
wrestlers
wise.
going. Yeah, exactly. Two great wrestlers just had an amazing match.
As Dan holds back tears. From
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
being able
He's
to
been,
see
he's
that.
been talking about that
He's
match
As
for
long as we
weeks.
talk about it. As long as we talk about it.
Go ahead,
I'm
Dan.
gonna watch it before Mania. I watch every year before Mania. I don't know. I'm on the fence between two, but I'm gonna go with.
Well, since I took yours, well, I'll let you go too.
Wait, no,
You can
it's
go
you.
too.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna say the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21, the first one ever, the one that Edge won.
Yeah,
That
nice
was a
one.
great match.
Which
Yeah.
I learned today that
Yes.
it is not. I thought they took it off the pay-per-view on the WWE Network because
No.
I went to go watch it today, and it's not on the skip feature. You actually have to watch
Yes.
through one of the matches to get
Or
to
you
it.
could fast forward. You
Or
just
fast
can't
forward.
skip chapters because any match with Chris Benoit, they don't put a chapter. so it's not searchable. You can't be like Chris Benoit matches and find it. It's just like
Just put
it's
money in the
there.
bank. You don't
It's
have to
in
put
there.
who's
Yeah,
in
I
it.
know.
Just put money in the bank.
They want to do it like
Stupid.
that, and they're like,
I was fucking confused. I was sitting home.
they
Like,
don't want to have
what
that.
is going
They don't want
on?
to have that name on the WWE things.
What year was the first one? Because I want to go home and rewatch that one.
2005,
Five.
WrestleMania 21.
21?
Same
Okay.
as
WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
I want to go see that one.
WrestleMania
Rewatch
was
it.
Hollywood.
It's a great match.
Yeah.
There was a few other good ones, but that one I think was the best one.
Right,
But,
so what's your backup one?
Well, the one that I guess has to be mentioned is probably one of the greatest matches ever. Is Undertaker vs. Shawn Michaels WrestleMania
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
We were sitting here
But
trying
people know
to
about
pick around
that.
that, but
Yeah, we figured, me and Vinny figured one of you two would go for that
But that's
one.
like in the past 5 years, everyone knows about that. If you watch wrestling, you know about that match. But if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. 'Cause it's
if you haven't seen it by
classic.
now, forget about it. I don't know.
even
bad.
You going fucked up.
You don't fuck that.
even Bret Hart, one of the most bitter, old, resentful men, say that is one of the greatest matches that he's seen. So,
Bret Hart gives Roman Reigns the okay for WrestleMania main event.
but did you see that
Did he?
interview?
Did he
I
say it?
didn't watch it.
Oh no,
Or
but
whatever,
clips of it.
yeah.
He said that it's a shame what they're doing to Daniel, though. He said that
Oh.
he doesn't belong
Oh.
in the spot he's in, the cheers he gets, and he's like the story he tells in the ring and all that, and he's like saying that it's a shame. So yeah, he was saying that Reigns is good, but he was saying that like
Daniel
Daniel
Bryan
Bryan
deserves
deserved to be in a higher spot.
Awesome.
Which we all agree with.
I don't know if I don't know about the title match this year, but he should have had a one-on-one feud. I think.
Yeah.
I think he deserved a one-on-one feud
At
with some
least.
build. I think that would have been.
Good.
I feel like I'm thinking
Better?
about other things in my head. I'm like, no, I think he deserves that. I mean, after everything last year, he deserves some kind of feud. And I thought like something with the Authority or something. Like they kind of just like dropped that, and the Authority is not against him.
Well, they heard the tweets about Ziggler.
Yeah, but I feel like
No, I'm saying, but they heard the tweets about Ziggler and Bryan. So like, all right, you want them in a match? We're gonna put them in the same match,
yeah, I
but
don't
with
think
5 other people.
I honestly
You know,
don't think
I think
they're gonna have
Seth
that
Rollins,
that
Randy
much-
Orton squeezed him out because I think the feud for him was Seth Rollins because that's the Authority guy. That would have been the feud for him.
I was
But
gonna say-
Randy Orton, Seth Rollins.
I would
squeezed him
I
out.
would have enjoyed that.
But who would you have changed to be a heel in that one if it was Daniel Bryan versus like Ziggler if they won at it?
Well, Dolph
Oh
Ziggler.
no,
then,
that's
Yeah,
just
Ziggler,
yeah.
Daniel Bryan has
But-
like so much crossover. The yes chants are in arenas all over.
Yeah, but do you honestly think people are going to start booing Ziggler at this point? I honestly,
I don't
it'd be a hard
think
turn.
anyone would ever.
It's gonna be a hard
It's
turn.
not boo, but you don't have to. The thing is with Daniel Bryan, he's going to get his cheers, so you don't have to have him face a guy gets booed. You don't need a guy with a lot of heat against him because he's going to get cheers. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like with Cena, like if you compare it to Cena, he gets cheers because Rusev is just so good at getting boos.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
why Cena is getting cheers.
He's getting USA chants.
Yeah.
Was it?
But he still gets some cheers, more cheers, I think.
Was it just me or did we hear that John Cena sucks in the song again last night?
Yeah, I heard it
You know,
again.
I think you heard it,
Yeah, a
but
lot
then
of
like
places,
towards the end of that whole
He's getting more cheers.
Yeah.
thing, he was
This
That
whole
place was-
storyline gets him a lot of cheers, but
loud as all hell.
where are they going to go when he stops facing Rusev of the cheers?
Yeah.
You know?
It's gonna go back
Well,
to
I
square
mean,
one.
if you think about it, Cena will win the title. He'll get Rusev will have a rematch clause at probably Extreme Rules or something like that.
I think also people like this, like that he's like going down and facing.
Yeah.
That sounded a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think it's
He's going
refreshing.
down on him.
It's refreshing
Going
not
down
to
the card.
it's refreshing not to see Cena in the main event for once.
And like, even if he beats Rusev at WrestleMania, which will probably happen, like, he's going with the younger guy, and the younger guy has beaten his ass a few times already. So, people always booed him a lot because they're like, oh, they're sick of him winning and beating the younger guys that deserve a push,
It's true. Well, WrestleMania is next week.
Oh man.
That means our prediction show is next week.
Oh.
Which WrestleMania close out.
The next two shows are
Let's
going to be
see.
doozies.
Me and
It's
Vinny,
gonna
me and
be,
Vinny are screwed, huh?
One hell of the next 2 weeks, for sure. Yeah, you and Vin need some help on the overall.
Can one of you guys give me your picks in advance and this I'll copy
It's
them?
going to be crazy, though, with the ladder match and the Battle Royal.
That's
like,
gonna be
That's
the toughest match.
yes.
Yeah.
Because
Cena, you know who's winning that one. You know who's winning. Brock Lesnar.
Majority of the picks are pretty obvious.
I
So.
The Rollins Orton. I don't know where they're going to go with that.
Oh yeah, the Rollins Orton
I'm not
is
gonna talk about
a
it, 'cause there's no reason to talk about it next week.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, of
I mean,
course. But I'm saying, but there are like majority of like 6 matches, 7 matches now,
8.
8 matches. So at least 4 of them are predictable, 4 to 5.
Well, 8, and they haven't announced the tag team one yet. So
As
that could be
of
pre-show though.
Fastlane, I'm in first place, 18-8. Dan's 12-8. Matt's 11-15, and Vinny is in last place with 10 wins and 16 losses.
Wow, I'm not there
Woo! I'm not last right now.
for right now.
For now, I said
I'll take Braun.
Dan's got the edge because he joined the show a little later.
Well, no,
after one
it's not
pay-per-view,
the
I
edge,
believe.
though.
Oh,
But we have the same amount of losses, so
I'll take the
you're-
I'll take the
either
bronze
way.
in the.
well, I won a
Let's say
perfect
Olympics.
6-0 on. No, I won a 10.
When Fastlane?
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, Rumble, I was perfect.
Which that help you?
So, well, next week should be fun.
But there weren't that many matches at Royal
the
Rumble.
night after the show after
Well,
WrestleMania.
That's what I'm
would
saying.
be-
The next 2 weeks are going to be one hell of a
But
show.
no, but they don't know what's gonna happen the episode after WrestleMania.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, boy! It's gonna be.
I gotta make
it's
sure to
gonna
take
be-
off on Wednesday
It's going to
after
be a
that
shit
one.
fest.
It's either gonna be I'm gonna be
Can we
drinking
start?
Tall Boy.
Can we start
or,
early that night, or?
We're gonna have to
We
start
might have
early,
to.
but we're
As
also
soon as I get out of
gonna
work.
I mean, like we could start at like 7 then.
I'd say maybe even a little earlier than that. Let's say
Why?
like 6.
Well,
Well, it's gonna be probably about a 3-hour show, I would say. 'Cause the Royal
3
WrestleMania
hours,
usually
like,
has a lot of
stopping, going.
activities and storylines going. You gotta
So many
recap
activities.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not recapping Fastlane. We're
Yeah,
recapping
this is
WrestleMania.
the granddaddy of them all.
And it's a 4-hour pay-per-view instead of a 3.
Oh my god.
2 hours of pre-show too.
2 hours of pre-show.
16 hours of WWE Network coverage too.
We're not covering all of that, are we?
The Hall of Fame, we might mention that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hall of
What
Fame,
happened
yeah.
at the Hall of Fame? So, oh boy.
Well,
And we're gonna have some liquor with us.
Because Vinny made a dumbass bet.
I'll bring some soda.
I'll do mine
Bring
as shots
some
of beer. I'll bring the beer, you bring that.
You putting in the beer?
No, I'm gonna have shots.
Oh.
Make it easy.
You know, one time I put Jack Daniels in a beer, in a Bud Light.
Ugh.
How would that taste?
God. I don't even want to know.
Look at his face. Yeah, if you could see
I
his
think,
face,
I, think
it's
I
like
witnessed
it's,
that. I think I was there for that.
if you can look at Dan's face right
I
now,
mean,
it's not
I
good.
was drunk
Chasing-
and I was like, it's not bad. And then I gave it to someone else and they're like, you're disgusting.
Chasing a shot with a beer is one thing, but
Putting it in.
have it mixed. Oh, ugh.
For those of you who are under 21 and listening
Anyway.
to this, disregard everything we just said.
Drinking is bad.
Don't disregard it. Just hold off till 21.
We're going to close out today's episode.
Drink responsibly.
Thanks, Chucky Madness, for our kick-ass theme song. You can follow him on Twitter at Chucky Madness with 2 E's instead of a Y, and the same on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook at Under the Ring Radio, on the YouTube at Under the Ring Radio. Oh yeah, don't forget every Tuesday live, Mixler.com/Under the Ring Radio, and on the Twitter at Under the Ring 1.
You
Why
didn't
the
say
one?
Twitter this time.
Twitter.
That's
Twitter.
Twitter.
You always say
I say on the
Twitter.
He becomes British when he says Twitter.
On Twitter at Under the Ring 1.
Just
Why
don't-
the 1? Because they're the only one that matters. Be good.